My beloved child, I speak today in a way I seldom do, for I see you need to hear this with clarity. This is no ordinary whisper, no gentle voice in the routine. This is heaven leaning forward, straining to be heard. I have watched you move with caution. I have seen your hesitation. I've observed the moments you tiptoed, afraid to risk, afraid to believe because you thought you were too late, too broken. But hear me now, this moment demands your full attention. I rarely speak like this, but when I do, it is because what I'm releasing cannot wait. If you shift, if you doubt, if you turn away, this opportunity will pass. Not because I failed, but because your heart said no. Eyes may flick toward distractions. Your thoughts may reel with regrets. The enemy will try to lull you into sleep with reminders of lost chances, of what didn't work. But this is not the time for looking back. It's the time for looking up. The window I open now is narrow. It is urgent. Even the smallest delay can cost more than you know. Your decision in this very breath will echo into every journey that follows. I speak to you, the one who has prayed in silence, the one who has doubted in darkness, the one who has carried the weight of hope even when hope seemed distant. This word, this moment is for you. It is carved for your life. It is intentional. It is vital. For too long you thought I was distant. You thought my voice was swallowed by noise. You thought your faith was too fragile to carry more. But I have been holding space for you. I have been shaping in silence. I've been preparing what cannot be undone. Today I send a release, not just a promise but a turning. Something inside you shifts when you decide to see me clearly. When you decide to believe that my timing is perfect, even if your wounds still whisper otherwise. Do not reject this call. Do not deny this chance. Do not allow fear to mask what's being asked of you. Courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it breathes yes in trembling chest. Receive what I send today. It may not look like what you expected. It may not arrive with fanfare. It might arrive in a still small form. But it carries my thunder, and yes, you've been tired. You've been holding on while feeling like your grip is slipping. But even when you let go, I hold you. Even when you fall silent, I still speak. You have not missed your moment unless you walk away now. There's a breakthrough positioned at the edge of your obedience. You've cried for signs, and I have sent them. You've asked for clarity, and I've drawn it like light on your path. But you must step into it. Hesitation has stolen too much from you. You said, when the timing feels right, I'll move. But I say, the timing is now. Not next week. Not after everything is lined up. Not once you feel strong. It is now. Now before this week ends. Now before another door closes. Now before your heart gets numb again. In a moment, I will tell you why I delayed what you once thought was lost. But don't leave now, because you've almost given up. You've rehearsed the goodbye in your heart. But here's what I want you to know. I have not called you to settle. I have not called you to shrink. I have not called you to live beneath the level of grace I placed on your life. You were made to stand. Even when everything around you shakes, you were made to stand, rooted in my voice, steady in my promise. You wonder, Lord, what if I fail again? But I ask you, what if you fly this time? The enemy has whispered delay, but I am releasing divine acceleration. Where there was confusion, I speak clarity. Where there was silence, I break it with purpose. That decision you've been delaying, that phone call you've avoided, that paper sitting in drafts, that conversation you've postponed, these are not coincidences. These are divine nudges, and I'm bringing them to the surface today because the next chapter begins when you obey. This is why I rarely speak like this, because when I do, it means everything is shifting. My voice is stirring up the waters, the same waters you've been circling around. But now I say, step in. Don't harden your heart again. Don't say, maybe tomorrow. Tomorrow is not promised. But grace is available right now. Say it. I receive, Lord. Declare it with trembling lips, even if fear tries to choke it. Because what I place in your hands next requires a surrendered heart, not a perfect one. Let me remind you, I don't choose based on your strength. I choose based on your surrender. Let go of shame. Let go of the voice that says you're not enough. Let go of the fear that you've wasted too much time. Your delay does not disqualify you unless you let it define you. I am the God who restores. I am the one who redeems time. I am the voice breaking through your fatigue right now, whispering, it's not too late. Stay with me until the end, because in the final words of this message, I will reveal what the enemy has tried to hide from you for years, but only if you keep listening. Now, take a breath. Let your heart lean in. The sound of heaven is near, my child. This moment is not just a pause in your day. It is a divine interruption, an appointment written long before. Time touched your calendar. There are no accidents in my realm. You didn't stumble. Here you were summoned. Do you feel that stirring inside you? That trembling beneath the surface? That is me, awakening what the world tried to bury. Listen carefully. There is something sacred happening right now. An alignment between heaven and your heart, a signal to the angels, a sign to your life that now is the time. You've been asking, God, when will things change? I'm telling you, they begin shifting now. The frustration you've been carrying. It wasn't random. The battles, they were not punishment. They were pressure points leading to purpose. You are closer than you know, and that's why the opposition increased. The resistance you've been facing lately is not a sign that you're off. Of course, it's confirmation that you're on holy ground. The enemy does not fight empty spaces. He wars where destiny is rising. That's why your thoughts have felt louder. That's why the distractions have pulled harder. That's why your peace has been under attack, because something sacred is about to break through. But here's the warning. Breakthrough is not automatic. You must answer it. There's a window, there's a moment, and it is narrow. It is open now. But it will not stay open forever. Don't scroll past this. Don't delay your response. This message isn't just another encouragement. It's the mercy of God chasing you down. The part of you that's tired of waiting, I see it. The part of you that's scared to hope again, I see it. But what I'm offering is not hype. It is heaven's intervention. You are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too far. In fact, you are exactly where you need to be to receive what I'm about to reveal. Stay close, because in a few moments, I will uncover what was delayed and why, and when I do, it will unlock the peace you've been craving for years. But don't miss it. Don't let this become background noise. I am not speaking softly. Today, I am thundering into your soul because love refuses to stay silent. I saw you at your lowest. I heard the prayer you never voiced, the one that said, God, I'm tired. I can't keep doing this. And instead of judgment, I leaned in closer. Instead of pulling away, I sent this message because I want you to know you are not alone. You've never been. Even in the silence, I was speaking. Even in the waiting, I was working. Even in the delay, I was protecting. Yes, protecting. What you thought was a no was actually a not yet. What you saw as a closed door was my mercy shielding you from what wasn't ready. But now the time has shifted, and I will show you in just a moment why that thing you wanted so badly didn't happen when you prayed for it. But first, I must ask, are you still listening? Because what I'm about to reveal requires more than open ears. It requires an open spirit. You see, my child, when you asked for that door to open, I saw the danger behind it. I saw the pressure it would bring before you were strong enough to carry it. I saw the people you trusted, ones who were not yet trustworthy. I saw the timing, and I knew the timing was not love. So I delayed it, not because I was ignoring you, but because I was preserving you. Some doors are blessings, but some are traps wrapped in opportunity, and because you are mine, I said, not yet. But now, the season has shifted. What I held back before, I am releasing now. If you are ready to receive it. Are you? Ask yourself honestly, can you handle what you asked for? Can you obey even when it costs you? Can you trust me even when it doesn't look the way you imagined? Because what I am pouring out in this hour is not for the passive. It's not for those who flirt with faith. It's for those who are ready to move. When I say move, I am calling you out of waiting and into action, out of wondering and into clarity, out of survival and into assignment. This is why I stirred your heart. This is why I've been waking you up early. This is why the same scripture keeps popping up. This is why certain people disappeared from your life without explanation. Because you are not who you used to be, and you cannot return to the old path without sacrificing the new purpose. Let that sink in. Some of the silence you've hated has been my hand removing noise. Some of the confusion has been me protecting you from the wrong direction. Some of the heartbreak has been me clearing the way for healing that goes deeper than you imagined. Stay with me. In the next few minutes, I will give you an instruction. It may seem small, it may feel subtle, but it will unlock the next step of your destiny. That's why the enemy wants you to click away. That's why he wants to flood your mind with distractions. But resist it. Press in. Stay alert. Because just like I whispered to Abraham on the mountain, just like I spoke to Moses at the burning bush, just like I guided Joseph through dreams in the night, I'm speaking to you now. This moment is not a replay. It is a revelation. You don't need a new voice. You need to respond to the one already speaking, and I am here, in this very moment, speaking directly to the place where you've been afraid to believe again. You asked me, Lord, is there more? And I answer, yes, far more than you've known. But it begins with one word, yes. Say it in your spirit. Say it with your life. Say it in obedience, because everything you've prayed for, the peace, the clarity, the healing, the restoration, it's not waiting on my ability. It's waiting on your agreement. Will you agree with me today? I'm not asking you to fix everything. I'm asking you to believe again. I'm not asking for perfection. I'm asking for your surrender. Because when you surrender, I will handle what you cannot. I will make a way. I will send help. I will move the pieces into place, but only if you trust me enough to let go. Don't look back. Don't replay the regrets. Don't analyze the past anymore. Look ahead, because what's coming is greater than what was lost. And before this message ends, I will tell you what you need to do next. Because I'm not leaving you with just hope. I'm leaving you with instructions. You are not lost. You are being led. Now open your hands, let go of what you've been gripping so tightly, and prepare your spirit, because the word I speak next will be the one that unlocks your next season. But only if you stay. Don't leave yet. The turning point is just ahead. Beloved, there is something sacred in the pause you have taken. Don't treat your waiting as useless. It has not healed you, yes, but it has taught you to hope with humility. It has not left you stagnant, but planted within you a deeper hunger for what lasts. You've asked, why me in the shadows? You've wondered when, in your hardest nights. You've fought with doubt that your dreams could ever catch a breath again. All of that I've seen. All of that I've held close. All of that is part of what shapes you, not to make you small, but to make you strong. Now listen. When I do speak this way, rarely but powerfully, it is because the urgency has reached its threshold. Because what I have planned cannot be silenced by delay any longer. Because I want your eyes up, not looking backward, but forward, full of expectation. There were times you walked through doors thinking they were open, thought you heard my voice, and then found only echoes. Thought you were moving forward and then got stuck in familiar pain. Thought you were arriving and found only rejection, but every rupture turned you. Every lost door redirected you. Every echo trained your ear, and every rejection shaped your value. These are not detours. They are parts of your foundation. Even loss bore your character. Even silence shaped your resilience. Even unmet expectations sharpened your aim. And now, the time has come for those very things to work in your favor. You are positioned at a hinge, the hinge between what was and what is, between the unbelief you wrestled with and the faith you're now stepping into, between the delayed promise and the unfolding favor. I am calling you now to move, not because everything feels secure, but because my calling never demands comfort. It demands courage. It demands obedience. It demands a heart unafraid to say yes, even when the way is unseen. Do not reject what I am sending you now, for it is the invitation into your next identity. And that identity was written before you were born. When you hesitate, know the hesitation is natural, but courage often comes when we act before we feel ready, when we believe before the blessings fully appear, when we obey while faith is small. So hear me. Trust what is stirring in your spirit, even if your senses doubt. Give attention to what I whisper through moments of calm. Recognize my voice in what seems insignificant, because often I send my greatest gifts wrapped in stillness and simplicity. Someone is going to feel every word of this message today. Someone who thought hope was a luxury. Someone who believed they missed their chance. Someone who thought their voice no longer mattered. This message meets you. You will catch the momentum. You will see what you thought lost return. You will carry a light that no darkness can dim. But all of this depends on your willingness to stay with me now, to keep listening even when your heart trembles, to keep trusting even when your eyes see no signal, to keep choosing hope even when fear whispers, stay still or retreat. This is not a rehearsal. This is not a reflection. This is a declaration. Breathe in my presence. Let my words settle into your bones, for what I am going to release next will transform what you thought was broken into what will be your testimony. But only if you do not ignore this voice. So now, lift your head, lift your heart. I am not speaking to someone who is perfect. I am speaking to someone who is willing to believe again, willing to move again, willing to open the door, just a crack, so my spirit can flood what felt empty. Child, you've tried to fix things on your own. You've reasoned, you've worked, you've even sacrificed. But still, the weight grew heavier. Still, the answers felt further away. Because the change you need does not come by logic. It comes by surrender. What I am offering you is not a formula. It is a moment, a divine moment, where heaven breathes fresh life into what looked too far gone. And yes, I'm still speaking to you, the one who almost didn't click play, the one who thought, maybe this word is for someone else, the one who's tired of waiting, hoping, trying. You have not imagined my presence. You have not mistaken my signs. You have not been ignored. You are seen. You are loved. You are called. There is still time. There is still grace. But there is also urgency. This moment is passing even now, and the question is not, will I bless you? The question is, will you receive it? I will never force my love on you. I will never manipulate your yes, but I will speak boldly. I will press urgently. I will disrupt your ordinary to deliver you into the extraordinary. So if you feel the trembling, if you sense the shift, don't scroll past it, pause, respond. Say yes, say I receive. Say, Lord, lead me. Because on the other side of your obedience is the miracle I've prepared. On the other side of your surrender is the healing you've prayed for. On the other side of your yes is the life you almost thought you'd never live. And this time it won't fall apart. This time it won't vanish. This time you will walk in it fully. For I, the Lord your God, am not a man that I should lie. What I've spoken, I will bring to pass. What I've started, I will finish. So stay with me, because in the next message, I will reveal what the delay protected you from, and why the wait was the very thing that saved you. Open the next message, when delay was divine strategy. Beloved, your next steps are already being scripted in the heavens. Even as you hear this, my angels are rearranging your circumstances. Even as you wonder if you're enough, I'm preparing grace that shows you are. You may expect signs, blessings, confirmations, but most of all, I ask for your courage. Courage to believe in my voice when everything around you doubts. Courage to move when comfort says stay. Courage to obey when your heart trembles. Do not let unknowns keep you bound. Do not let bitterness anchor you to past disappointments. Do not let regret magnify when my calling whispers. I send you clarity now. What I've delayed was not my absence, it was my preparation. What you thought was a closed door was a diversion from what could have destroyed you. What you considered a setback was shaping you for a higher purpose. You asked, Lord, am I ready? You asked, will I be able to handle the breakthrough? Yes. Yes, you are. You are ready because I have been readying you. You are more than your past. You are higher than your fears. You are deeper than your disappointments. Now step forward into the whispers I send, even if the echo feels quiet. Follow the nudges in your spirit. Even when the route feels unsteady, receive the invitations that stretch you to bigger dreams, deeper love, more courageous purpose. The world will tell you to wait. It will tell you to hold back. It will tell you to settle. But my voice breaks that lie. Move now. Don't fear the cost of obedience. The cost of delay is far heavier. Don't fear stepping into a role that feels bigger than you are. I enlarge you. I give you strength. The blessings you see will not just be for you. They will be for others. You will reflect my light. You will carry hope. You will walk in testimony. But it begins with one thing: your willingness to respond in this moment. Do not reject the whisper. Do not diminish my word. Do not delay your step. Child, I see how you wrestle silently between longing and fear, between clarity and confusion. But I say, you will not be lost in that war. I am the stillness in your storm. I am the lamp before your feet when you feel blind in the dark. You asked for confirmation, for a word, for something unmistakable. This is it, this message, this moment, this stirring in your heart. It is my answer. The next days will be marked by alignment. Things will shift suddenly. Relationships, opportunities, even your thoughts. You will notice peace returning where there was restlessness. Doors will open that were locked. Calls will come that confirm what I've whispered. But do not just wait for signs. Become the sign. Be the confirmation someone else is praying for. Be the courage someone else needs to see. Be the light that proves darkness never wins. You are not waiting for a perfect moment. You are the moment I have chosen. You are not a backup plan. You are my design. You are not just going through this season. You are growing through it. This is more than about you. Your obedience is unlocking breakthrough for generations. Your yes is opening heavenly doors. Your surrender is birthing legacies you cannot yet see. Child, lean in. I rarely speak like this, but when I do, it's because the moment cannot be missed. Before this message ends, seal it in your spirit. Declare it. Believe it. Walk in it. Comment, I receive what you've spoken, Lord. And then open the next message. When the delay was protection, my child. Stay close now, for what I'm about to reveal can only be received with a still heart and an open spirit. You are standing in the middle of something sacred, not by chance, not by accident, but by divine orchestration. I have been arranging the pieces silently while you were busy trying to survive. I was preparing you to thrive, and now the veil is thinning. The weight you've been carrying is about to be lifted. But listen closely, this shift is not just for comfort. It is for commission. You have cried for breakthrough, but do you understand what breakthrough truly means? It is not just escape from pain. It is entrance into purpose, and purpose comes with weight, with responsibility, with alignment. So before the blessing pours out, I must align your heart to carry it, because what's coming next is not small. It is not for display. It is for destiny. You've said, Lord, use me. You've said, Lord, I'm ready. And I have heard those prayers, whispered in the quiet, typed in midnight journals, spoken with tears falling down, and now I say I am answering those prayers, not in theory, in reality, not in vague impressions, but with unmistakable clarity. But child, I need you to understand, my movements do not always feel like miracles at first. Sometimes they feel like endings, like tension, like being pulled away from what is familiar. That door that just closed, it was not rejection, it was redirection. That delay you hated, it wasn't punishment, it was protection. In a moment, I'll show you why I let it fall apart first, why I removed that name from your life, why I didn't allow the shortcut you begged me for. But for now, let me tell you this, I'm not trying to hurt you, I'm trying to free you. You've been entangled in expectations that weren't mine. You've measured your life by timelines that were never my plan. You've looked at others and wondered why you're behind. But I say you're right on time, because I'm not just preparing a destination for you, I'm preparing you for the destination, and I will not allow you to arrive prematurely, because what I've called you to carry requires depth, not speed. Some lessons cannot be rushed, some faith cannot be borrowed, some oil must be crushed out of your own process. And yes, I know you're tired. I know it feels like you've been climbing a mountain in the dark. But child, you're closer than you think. There is a clearing up ahead. There is light breaking through, and you will say, it was worth it. Just don't quit now. Don't lay down in the valley when you're steps away from the summit. Don't silence your praise just because you don't see the full picture yet. Rehook. Because in a moment, I'll show you what was growing underground, the roots I was strengthening, while it looked like nothing was changing. But first, let me remind you, this battle you're fighting, it's not just about you, it's about the souls connected to your yes. It's about the chains that will break because you endured. It's about the legacy that will shift because you didn't give up. You are not just one person living one life. You are a bridge, a breaker of cycles, builder of something eternal. So when the warfare increases, when the opposition rises suddenly, do not panic. It means you're advancing. Hell doesn't fight what isn't a threat, and your obedience is a threat to darkness. So do not be surprised by the resistance. Do not be confused when the storm hits hardest. Just before the breakthrough, it is confirmation that you are exactly where I need you to be. And even now, I'm sending angels to war on your behalf. Even now, I'm pushing back the forces that rose against your mind, your peace, your purpose. Even now, I am silencing the accusations, dismantling the traps, reversing the curses. Rehook, and in just a moment, you'll understand why I had to isolate you first, why I had to walk you through the wilderness, why I let it feel like no one understood, because this season wasn't meant to expose you. It was meant to establish you, to anchor you in me so that nothing else could define you. You've sought validation in voices that didn't carry my truth. You've tried to earn approval that was never yours to chase. But I say you are already accepted, not for what you've done, but for who I made you to be, child. I love you as you are, but I love you too much to leave you there. So I've been pruning, refining, removing what could not go where you're headed. And yes, that's why it hurt, that's why it felt like loss. But I promise, what I give next will redeem the pain. The restoration will outshine the stripping you thought I had forgotten. You thought your season was skipped, but I say nothing is lost in me. I'm restoring the years the locusts ate. I'm resurrecting the dreams you buried. I'm breathing life into dry places. So keep your posture of expectation. Keep your eyes on me, because you're not just about to be blessed. You're about to be transformed. And when it happens, when you walk into it, you will remember this moment, this message, these words. You will say, "He spoke it before I saw it. You were faithful, God, even when I doubted. So now, my beloved, breathe. Let go of the fear. Let go of the timeline. Let go of the pressure. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. You are right on schedule, my schedule. And before you go, comment, "I trust your timing, Lord." Then open the next message, "When the wait was preparing you." My child, lean in closely now, because what I am about to tell, you will shift the weight on your chest. It will remove the fog that's tried to suffocate your clarity. It will realign your heart with my heartbeat. Listen, I don't speak like this often, but today I came with an urgency that cannot wait. You've been in a wrestle between belief and doubt, between surrender and survival, and I've come to break the tie. You've said, God, just show me if this is really you. You've asked me to send confirmation, to interrupt your thoughts, to speak louder than the confusion. And here I am, piercing the noise, interrupting your scrolling, breaking the pattern of silence, because I love you too much to let this moment pass. Rehook. Don't walk away now, because before this ends, you'll know why the warfare increased. Before the shift, you've misunderstood the pressure. You thought it meant failure. You thought the delay was denial. But I say the tension was your sign. Just before a bow releases an arrow, it's pulled back with force. Just before a wave breaks, it rises in intensity. And just before your breakthrough, the pressure often peaks, my child. You've been feeling the pull, the tension, the weight, not because I've forgotten you, but because I've been aligning you, the old you can't carry, the next season. So I've been breaking the patterns, removing dependencies, confronting the hidden fears. I've allowed the silence so that you would seek me. I've allowed the space so that you would no longer settle. And now the moment is here. The hinge of destiny is in front of you. One decision: to trust me even when you don't understand. Symbolic specificity. That conversation you keep postponing. That step you've been afraid to take. That draft you never sent. These are not random hesitations. They are the very places I've been pressing on, because in obedience, even the smallest act, lies the key to what's next. You've cried out, Lord, just open the door. But I say, step where I told you, and the door will open itself. I don't need your perfection. I need your obedience. I don't need your eloquence. I need your surrender. And yes, you're scared. You feel unqualified. You wonder if you missed your moment. But child, hear me. I do not call the ready. I ready the called. The enemy has tried to convince you. That moment passed. That opportunity is gone. That window is closed. But look at me. I am the God who redeems time. I am the God who opens doors no man can shut. And what was delayed, I am now accelerating. Stay with me, because in a few lines, I'll tell you why what was withheld was protection. Let me remind you, I saw the nights you didn't sleep. I heard the questions you never said out loud. I counted the tears you wiped quickly so no one would notice. I've been with you through it all. And today, I'm not just speaking encouragement. I'm issuing a divine command. Arise, move, respond. Because the moment you take the step, heaven will respond. Because what's on the other side of your obedience is not just blessing, it's transformation. You've outgrown the version of yourself that survived. It's time to become the version that thrives. No more cycles. No more starting and stopping. No more almosts. This is the hour. This is the hinge. This is the yes that changes everything. So don't you dare let fear dictate your pace. Don't let your past limit your permission, and don't let comfort rob you of calling. Even now, I'm stirring confirmation. Even now, I'm aligning circumstances. Even now, I'm shifting hearts in your favor. You are not behind. You are not too late. You are standing in the exact intersection of heaven's timing. So breathe, let go of the guilt, let go of the shame, let go of the should-haves. What you need is not behind you, it's ahead, and I, the Lord your God, am walking you straight into it. Parte 2 do bloco 6, my child. Do not underestimate what I can do with your surrender. It may feel small to you, a yes whispered through tears, a step taken while shaking, a prayer barely spoken, but in my hands, your mustard seed of faith becomes a mountain-moving force. You've said, God, I'll go when I'm ready. But listen, ready isn't a feeling, ready is a response, and the enemy knows if he can keep you waiting for a perfect moment, he'll rob you of your appointed one. Rehook, don't scroll away, because before this ends, I'll reveal the real reason your delay kept returning. You've been stuck between faith and logic, between divine instruction and human opinion. You've let too many voices into your decision-making. But hear me now, I'm silencing the noise. You don't need another opinion, you need obedience. There's a weight you've carried from trying to please everyone, from trying to explain what I told you in secreto those who never heard me speak, but you don't owe them an explanation for your obedience. You only owe me your yes. You were not called to be understood. You were called to be obedient. Remember Noah? He built something no one had ever seen for a rain that had never fallen. He was mocked, doubted, ridiculed, but he obeyed. And through that obedience, salvation came. So too with you. I've been asking you to build in silence, to obey when it's inconvenient, to trust me when no evidence exists, because what you're building will carry others. It will be a vessel of my presence, a testimony of my faithfulness. That project you paused, that relationship you've been questioning, that vision that won't leave your spirit. Yes, those are part of it. They are not distractions. They are blueprints I gave you. I have not forgotten what I told you in the quiet, and I'm not changing my mind just because you got tired waiting. My promises are not fragile. They are faithful. Even now, you are being strengthened for the next step. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection. What felt like failure was formation. I'm shaping you in private so you can stand in public. Stay with me, because just ahead, I will show you why the pain didn't disqualify you. It prepared you. My child, you are more ready than you know. You have carried grief, but I have turned it into compassion. You have battled fear, but I have turned it into boldness. You have endured silence, but I have turned it into stillness. Everything you thought was a delay was actually me deepening your roots, because shallow roots can't carry heavy fruit, and what I'm about to release in your life requires depth, not speed, so don't despise the process. Don't curse the waiting. Don't regret the detour. It all brought you here, and here is holy. I am anointing. You know, with eyes to see the open door, with courage to walk through it, with peace that passes understanding. If you're ready, say, "Yes, Lord, I will walk through the door." Heaven is waiting on your response. Angels are positioned to assist. Provision is already in motion, but it hinges on this yes. My beloved, don't let regret be your companion when faith was your invitation. Step out, move forward. The same voice that called Lazarus from the tomb is calling you now out of your hesitation, out of your indecision, out of your excuses. I'm breathing life into your dry places. I am speaking light into your darkness, and I'm whispering again, it's time. Don't miss the miracle because you were waiting for a sign. This is the sign, this voice, this message, this moment. I don't speak like this often, but I'm speaking now to you. Now, open the next message. When silence was strategy, my child, do not underestimate what I can do with your surrender. It may feel small to you, a yes whispered through tears, a step taken while shaking, a prayer barely spoken, but in my hands, your mustard seed of faith becomes a mountain-moving force. You've said, "God, I'll go when I'm ready." But listen, ready isn't a feeling. Ready is a response. And the enemy knows if he can keep you waiting for a perfect moment, he'll rob you of your appointed one. Don't scroll away, because before this ends, I'll reveal the real reason your delay kept returning. You've been stuck between faith and logic, between divine instruction and human opinion. You've let too many voices into your decision-making, but hear me now. I'm silencing the noise. You don't need another opinion. You need obedience. There's a weight you've carried from trying to please everyone, from trying to explain what I told you in secreto those who never heard me speak, but you don't owe them an explanation for your obedience. You only owe me your yes. You were not called to be understood. You were called to be obedient. Remember Noah? He built something no one had ever seen for a rain that had never fallen. He was mocked, doubted, ridiculed, but he obeyed. And through that obedience, salvation came. So too with you. I've been asking you to build in silence, to obey when it's inconvenient, to trust me when no evidence exists, because what you're building will carry others. It will be a vessel of my presence, a testimony of my faithfulness. That project you paused, that relationship you've been questioning, that vision that won't leave your spirit. Yes, those are part of it. They are not distractions. They are blueprints I gave you. I have not forgotten what I told you in the quiet, and I'm not changing my mind just because you got tired waiting. My promises are not fragile. They are faithful even now. You are being strengthened for the next step. What you thought was rejection was actually redirection. What felt like failure was formation. I'm shaping you in private so you can stand in public. Stay with me, because just ahead, I will show you why the pain didn't disqualify you. It prepared you, my child. You are more ready than you know. You have carried grief, but I have turned it into compassion. You have battled fear, but I have turned it into boldness. You have endured silence, but I have turned it into stillness. Everything you thought was a delay was actually me deepening your roots, because shallow roots can't carry heavy fruit, and what I'm about to release in your life requires depth, not speed. So don't despise the process. Don't curse the waiting. Don't regret the detour. It all brought you here, and here is holy. I am anointing you now with eyes to see the open door, with encouraged to walk through it, with peace that passes understanding. If you're ready, say, yes, Lord, I will walk through the door. Heaven is waiting on your response. Angels are positioned to assist. Provision is already in motion, but it hinges on this yes, my beloved. Don't let regret be your companion when faith was your invitation. Step out, move forward. The same voice that called Lazarus from the tomb is calling you now out of your hesitation, out of your indecision, out of your excuses. I'm breathing life into your dry places. I am speaking light into your darkness, and I'm whispering again, it's time. Don't miss the miracle because you were waiting for a sign. This is the sign, this voice, this message, this moment. I don't speak like this often, but I'm speaking now to you. Now, open the next message, when silence was strategy. My beloved child, you're not here by mistake. This moment was written into your timeline before you took your first breath. I orchestrated every detail to bring you to this point. And now, heaven is leaning in because you're finally listening. I rarely speak like this, but this moment requires something different. You've crossed into a turning point, and I will not let you walk through it blind. There's been a war for your attention, a battle behind the scenes. While you slept, angels stood guard. While you wept, I held every tear. While you questioned everything, I never stopped being faithful. You've wondered why some doors closed so painfully, why people left without explanation, why the path you trusted seemed to disappear beneath your feet. But I was never punishing you. I was positioning you. I removed what couldn't carry the next season. I allowed what broke you because I knew what would build you. Now I'm asking, will you still trust me, even when my plan looks nothing like your own? You prayed for growth, but you didn't know it would require pruning. You asked for purpose, but didn't realize it would demand surrender. You wanted clarity, but didn't expect the silence. But even in the silence, I was working. Even in the confusion, I was aligning every step. You thought you were lost, but you were being led. You thought you were abandoned, but I was closer than ever. Listen, you are standing in the middle of the very answer you once begged for. You may not recognize it yet, because it doesn't look like the picture you painted. But I'm not limited by your expectations. I'm unfolding something greater. That's why I've slowed you down. That's why I've removed certain options. That's why some things felt like they died, because if they lived, they would have limited you. I needed to clear the ground so I could build something new. Now the question remains, will you walk with me into the unknown? Not the safe, predictable comfort you've tried to hold on to, but the wild unknown where miracles happen, where faith becomes real, where my glory is revealed. Don't back down, don't retreat, don't scroll away thinking this isn't for you, because it is. I'm not speaking to your image. I'm speaking to your soul. You've hidden long enough. You've survived long enough. But now it's time to live. Stay with me, because in a moment, I'll tell you why the silence had to happen first. Do you feel that? that stirring in your spirit, that's me. I'm calling you deeper, beyond emotion, beyond surface level belief, into encounter. This is not a motivational whisper. This is divine instruction, an invitation to realignment, because I've seen what's coming and you need to be ready. No more delay, no more compromise, no more trying to balance between surrender and control. This is your defining moment. Heaven is recording your response. Angels are on assignment. Demons are trembling because they know what's been unlocked. Your yes is a key, not just for you, but for those connected to your destiny. They're waiting on the other side of your obedience. They're waiting for your breakthrough so they can follow the path you blaze. You are a forerunner, a pioneer, a light in places still wrapped in shadow. So don't play small, don't dim your fire to make others comfortable. I lit you for a reason. I called you for such a time as this very hour. Before this weekend, you'll see confirmation, but don't wait for proof too. Step out in faith. Faith is what moves me, not perfection, not performance, but faith. You say, Lord, what if I fail? But I say, what if you fly? What if the risk opens the door to everything you've silently longed for? What if the yes you whisper today breaks generational chains? What if the very thing you're afraid to release is the thing keeping you from your promise? Let go. I'm not just asking for your attention, I'm asking for your trust. Will you trust me with the pieces you don't understand? With the future you can't predict? With the pain you still carry? I'm not asking you to forget it. I'm asking you to bring it to me. Every scar, every failure, every doubt, place it in my hands and watch what I build from. Brokenness. I make beauty from ashes. I resurrect what others buried. Breathe life into dry bones, and I still turn water into wine. So stay with me. Child, don't close your heart now, because in the final word I speak, your confirmation will come. Now, open the next message. When the delay was the delivery, my beloved child. You have heard my voice. You have felt the weight of this message in your soul, and now I stand before you at the threshold of a promise. I rarely speak like this, but when I do so with urgency, clarity, and with destiny in view. Do not shrink back. Do not doubt your calling. Do not reject what I have sent. What's ahead will stretch you, but it will never break you. You will rise with a strength that surprises even you. You will stand with a dignity that wasn't born yesterday. You will walk into the light of your testimony, so those who watched you silence will see you roar. This turning point is not because you tried harder, but because you trusted deeper. Not because your mistakes disappeared, but because my grace overshadowed them. Not because your past was error-free, but because my love made you new. You have waited, you have sorrowed, you have hoped, you have persevered. Now, your endurance meets its reward. If you will say it, yes, Lord, I receive what you've spoken. I step into the promise, then heaven shifts. Doors open, miracles follow. Healing floods, favor becomes tangible. This is more than a moment. This is a declaration, a turning, a harvest. So lift your eyes, raise your voice, let your heart embrace this truth. You are chosen, you are called, you are deeply loved. Now, go into the days ahead with confidence, peace, and purpose. Stand in the promise, walk in the power, shine in the margin until the full light comes, and never again doubt what I speak when I speak like this. Amen.